Hello, this is the PowerPoint that actually goes with our scientific thinking here for week 11. Let me share my screen. There we go. Okay. So there you have it, scientific thinking. And as you're working your way through this, you will notice that all children in elementary school will cover the exact same groups of sciences. You'll do physical science, whether you're teaching 4-year-olds or third grade. You'll do life science, whether you have 4-year-olds or third grade, and earth science, whether you have 4-year-olds or third grade. The only thing that changes is the actual Oklahoma academic standards that go with those particular concepts, because they obviously work themselves up the scale. And so the concepts change, but the topics do not. You will be teaching these for a long time. So let's look at what's included with these. When you're doing physical science, you're looking at how things change, the physical aspects. What happens when you apply heat to water? Well, it boils, there's steam. What happens when you apply cold to water? It changes, you have ice. Those are physical science changes. So that's something you would be teaching. Sink and float is a physical science because some things sink and some things don't. Rocks, physical science. And children love to learn about rocks. Oil and water, physical science. How things move, all physical science. So we're thinking about cars moving, bicycles moving, airplanes moving, ships moving, physical science. And even simple machines such as levers, pulleys, axles, all that is physical science. So construction unit is perfect because you can teach so much about physical science. Physical science has to do with the senses, sound, how loud things are. What do you hear? All physical science. Color, things we can see, the color wheel, the actual changes in tones and hues of color, the primary and secondary colors, what happens when we mix colors, all physical science. You will be teaching that. Characteristics of light are part of physical science, such as rainbows and shadows. Physical science includes magnets. And then we come to life science, and that is all the living things around us, includes human beings, plants, and animals. Characteristics of the human body, and here we look at the 5 senses again. We looked at some of the 5 senses when we were doing the physical, because we looked at the colors and sounds we could hear. But when we do life science, we look at it actually on the body. And so that's one of the units that's life science. We look at healthy diet. We look at what does the person need to live. We need water, we need food, we need sleep, we need air. We look at life science as plants grow. We start out from seeds and we go into seedlings and sprouts and then a full-grown plant and so on and so forth. We look at the changes a butterfly goes through. We look at the changes that frogs go through and toads. We look at what animals need to live and prosper. We look at the different homes that animals have. The wasp's nest, in case you're wondering. Some of the units you might teach under earth and space science: weather, seasons, geography, such as deserts, mountains, oceans, lakes, and rivers, and planets. Now, let me just be really clear. You're not going to be teaching geography unless you're teaching 3rd grade and up. And you're not going to be teaching planets unless you're teaching 2nd grade and up. That's just not going to be in your Oklahoma academic standards. However, weather is one that you can teach no matter what age group you're teaching, because you're always responsible for teaching about weather. Seasons, another big one. Everyone does a fall unit and a spring unit and a winter unit and a summer unit. So that's a good thing to teach. Here's geography. You're going to be teaching about all different kinds of areas people live in. I mean, there's oceans, there's deserts, there's rivers, all that has to be taught. And then the planets. And that's that. So this is just a very broad overview of what you will be held responsible for teaching as you go through early childhood and who knows, beyond perhaps. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll be happy to set up a Zoom. Have a great week. Bye-bye.